This is Nic Martin. Oh, some of you might know me as the Spud. Just coming down. Now, I've got a couple of thank yous. There were two people. They asked for me. They want to see my review. Okay, they're so impressed with my performance. They think I could be a primo. I'm so happy. Okay, let me show you who selected me. I'd like to thank here my good friend here, my Gibbo. He said that I averaged 105. I could be good. Okay, he loved me. Okay, I'm gonna show you someone else. And I got a good friend here, Eugene Owie. Okay, he says here, hey coach, can you do a lap analysis of a spud? He called me a spud. I can't believe it. Nic Martin, please. Hearing he's playing mid and have freedom to go everywhere, he could be go next level. Well, he's right. I'm ready to explode. Just calm it down. Now, how did that spud get on my show? I can't believe this. Now, well, we got rid of him. We got the Spud's gone. I mean, Nic Martin's gone. Now, that will be the last time we hear of the Spud. Okay, he's not going to talk no more. Anyway, since we got it mentioned, since he's come on the show, let's do a full-on player analysis for Nic Martin. And maybe I do owe him an apology. Okay, maybe he wasn't a Spud after all. I could have miscalculated him because I'll show you what happened last year with Nic Martin. In round one last year, Abs Magic, okay, we started with Nic Martin. We had the Goss. He was going to take kick-ins and he was going to be starring in defence. We had top secret information, okay, so we started with Nic Martin, okay. In round two, we sacked him, okay. You can see here, out, round two, Martin gone, 492k he started with. We got rid of him. Okay, I'm happy we got rid of him because we replaced him with Ryan at the time. So it wasn't a bad decision. Okay, we even got Sorong. Actually, we got rid of Young and Martin and the Fish, okay, for Sorong and Ryan and Berry. Now, the funny thing is, Martin and the Fish came back into the team, the two Spuds. Can you believe this? Okay, anyway, then let's continue now. Anyway, round two, round three, round four, we're watching, round 2 and 3 we're watching Martin play, and by the time we got to round 5, I couldn't take it anymore. I brought the Spud back in. Okay, so Martin came back in the team. This time I paid 533k for him, so I lost 40k on the deal. Okay, but then it didn't last long. Okay, because later on, where is he? Okay, I'm trying to find him now. We sacked him again in round 14. We had enough. Okay, so Nic Martin went out the door. We sacked him for 511k. He was out the door again, and it was one of those roller coasters with Nic Martin. Just so frustrating to watch. Okay, he kept moving positions. He went to the forward line. I thought I don't want him as a forward, plus I needed to anti-pod him. That's why I got rid of him. Anyway, let's talk about what Nic Martin can offer for us this year. Now, Nic Martin is going to be in his 4th year of AFL. Okay, now he's not really old, but he's not really young, but he's 23, so he's still young, okay, but he's not like the 19, 20-year-olds. So he's virtually prime age right now, 67 games, 23 years old. Actually, he shares the same birthday as my ex-wife, okay, April the 3rd anyway, and me and my ex-wife couldn't get along, so probably that's why me and Nic Martin can't get along. Just calm it down. Anyway, now, 2024, he averaged 105. Now, 105, it's not top 8 or top 10, but it's good enough for what you paid for him, okay? It's not the end of the world. And, I mean, you can see here, he scored at 63, that's when I sacked him, okay? Then he came back and scored at 93, 136, 133. Then I brought him in, okay? And then I brought him back in round 14, or sacked him in round 14, luckily. He didn't do much after I sacked him. Still going in the 90s, a couple of hundreds there, but then towards the end went big. But he moved forward, okay? I sacked him during these games because I wasn't happy. It was 83, 100, 97, 80, 92. The scores just weren't enough, okay? I'm trying to crack into the top 10. I'm ranked roughly around about 80 at this stage. And Nic Martin was holding me back. I needed someone virtually like a Lockie Neal or someone like that was going to push me up the ranks, and Martin wasn't doing it, so I had to sack him. And then as soon as I sack him, of course he scores his big scores again. But that's not the point. The point is, there's word on the street now, okay, that Nic Martin is going to play in the midfield. Okay, now take that with a grain of salt, okay, because it doesn't mean he is going to play midfield, because when in the trial games he's been played in the midfield. Now, in trial games, Parrish hasn't been playing, okay? So they need to have 4 midfielders for each team. So they need 8 midfielders at Essendon trial games, okay? Now, in a real game, Essendon is not going to use 8 midfielders, okay? Now, they talk about Tassatis, okay? The Greek boy. Now, Tassatis, he's also playing in the midfield. But again, take that with a grain of salt because we don't know who their actual top 4 mids are right now. Because there's also word on the streets that this young Zach Merritt may be playing off half back. So we don't know. Okay, so we're just following rumors right now. Okay, we're just chasing ghosts. Okay, that's all we're doing right now. So with Nic Martin, okay, let's take a look at some of his heat maps. Now, we don't have much to go on for Nic Martin as the midfielder, okay, because we've never seen it. We've seen him as a winger, okay, and that's where he scored. Go back here. Nic Martin, the winger, was an 80s, and that's actually a good average for a winger. So he gets the ball a lot, okay. Now, Nic Martin, the defender, / forward, he looked okay as well, especially as a defender. 136, 133, 100, 114, 124. As a defender, Nic Martin is a very good. Okay, he's not the spud that I thought he was when I sacked him at 63 that game. Anyway, I sacked him too early, I think, but I brought him back. Then I sacked him again. But at 105. That's only because he played a lot of forward. The scoring dropped. Okay, you can see here. Once the forward role came, his scoring dropped. So, with CBAs for Nic Martin, all right, what did he have last year? Let's have a look now. Nic Martin, where is he? Okay, now, he wouldn't feature much. He had one big game, around 15. He had 17% CBAs. Then he had 7% against Geelong. So let's have a look at around 15 and 16. I mean, it's not going to really show you much, all right, but just for argument's sake, let's have a look. 15, well, with 17% CBAs, he's got 112. Okay, but that doesn't mean he had a lot of midfield time. However, we will look at this game, okay, round 15. Now, in that round 15 game, okay, he had, where is it? It's here, 14 kicks, 7 handballs, which is not bad, okay, and so that's only 21 touches, so that's not much, okay. It still goes to 112. It says here halfback flank. Let's see where he actually played. Well, it wasn't a midfield role, it was halfback flank. Okay, so that's where he did play. So you can see he had 17% CBAs, but didn't touch the ball once in that CBA. So during those centre bounce attendances that he did attend, he didn't touch it once. Okay, you can see here there's no blue dot here. So I'm not sure if he's going to be a CBA man. He may actually have the same role he had last year, which will be off halfback and possibly, or even the role he had the previous year on the wing. Because that new boy, Al Dawashari, or whatever his name is, okay, the young man, he may grab this role now, so we're not sure, okay? It's all guesswork right now. Now, a lot of Nic Martin's points early in the year, okay, you can see here, it came from these kick-ins, okay, especially rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, no, just 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you have a look at rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He had all the kick-ins. Mind you, he still scored okay here as well, 7 and 8. He didn't have many kick-ins, 7 and 8. He had 2 and 1. But he didn't take as many kick-ins as we first anticipated, especially in round 1. That's why I sacked him, okay? Because I thought in round 1 he was going to have a whole heap of kick-ins. Then I saw Redmond and McGrath hogging the ball, even Heppel getting in there. Martin only had 3 of them, and he butchered every single one. So that's why I sacked him. I didn't think he was the right man for me, but he proved me wrong. Anyway, we're with Nic Martin. If he gets midfield minutes, okay, maybe his average will improve. But he's more of an outside player than an inside player, okay? That's how I see Nic Martin. He's more the guy that can run and carry and kick the ball, and they look for him for all these 1-2s. So if you do see him in a CBAs, he actually might be okay, but it's all guesswork. Now, we've got all these Essendon players in here now, just to check them out in the midfield and see if Nic Martin is going to be in the top 3. Okay, now, well, you can say that Parrish, okay, would be the main man, okay, Parrish and Zerrett. Even though Zerrett's playing off halfback, he'd probably start in the midfield, then move to halfback if he does have that role. So possibly Parrish and Merritt are the two main ones. Okay, so that's two gone. Now then he's competing against Durham, Caldwell, who we saw a lot, Setterfield. Okay, now the two teammates next to each other. Tasatis, the young boy. Okay, now we've got Perkins also of late was playing there, and got Dylan Shield, who probably won't get the gig. But it's a tough gig for Martin to have, let's say, 50% in the midfield. I can't see it happening. At the most, I'd probably anticipate maybe 20% maximum midfield, because you've got all this to play against. Okay, you've got all these players here competing against you. So if we go to our final verdicts, okay, now it's priced at 566k. So value wise, there is no value. Okay, he's already priced at an average of 105. So you're not going to be making much. If you do make some cash, maybe 10, 20k. Okay, nothing. Points. What are we expecting from him? Well, if he did what he did last year, probably another 105. All right. Now, in defense, if we can push that to 110, okay. So if he can push that 105 to 110, that puts him in keeper category. So then, yes, he would be a keeper if he went at 110. All right. However, all right, there's one thing to consider. He does have that round 4 bye. Okay, so let's put notes here. Round 4 bye. Okay, now with that bye, for that reason only, my decision would be no. Okay, and must have no. I would say upgrade target. Okay, upgrade target. Okay, now target. If you like what you see. Because even though he might play around 1, 2, and 3, whatever, if he goes nuts, okay, whatever points he scores those 3 rounds, he'll lose them in round 4 because he's not playing. Okay, so you're gonna lose all that. You're gonna lose all that gain you had. So, and the fact that it's still a risk, you don't know where he's gonna play. I would say just wait. Okay, you have to wait. You can't jump on him right now. Okay, just hold the horses away. Just calm it down. Anyway. That's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.